Hello and welcome back. Are we living in the last days or the end times? It's a phrase that sparks a lot of discussion, but what do the New Testament writers actually mean by it? Many of us misunderstand this concept. The truth is, the New Testament writers, without exception, declared that they themselves were living in the last days. Peter, on the day of Pentecost, boldly proclaimed, as recorded in Acts 2:17, "And in the last days it shall be, God declares, that I will pour out my Spirit on all flesh." Seriously consider this. Peter said they were in the last days. In 1 Corinthians 10:11, quote, "Now all these things happened to them as examples, and they were written for our admonition, upon whom the ends of the ages have come." And then there are these two references in the book of Hebrews, Hebrews 1:1-2, quote, "God, who at various times and in various ways spoke in time past to the fathers by the prophets, has in these last days spoken to us by his Son, whom he has appointed heir of all things, through whom also he made the worlds." Hebrews 9:26, quote, "He then would have had to suffer often since the foundation of the world, but now once at the end of the ages, he has appeared to put away sin by the sacrifice of himself." Even more certain texts speak of the soon culmination of these last days. John wrote in 1 John 2:18, "Children, it is the last hour." And Peter reinforced the urgency in 1 Peter 4:7, "The end of all things is near." All told, there are 19 specific mentions of the last days or end times in the New Testament. The setting and fulfillment of the last days can only be placed within the first century. Now, more compelling is Jesus' own testimony about the last days or end times. In the account of his Olivet Discourse in Matthew 24, in answering his disciples' questions about when the temple would be destroyed and what the signs will be pointing to the end of the age, he told them not one stone of the temple buildings would be left upon another that would not be thrown down. He also warned them against deceptions by false Christ and false prophets. He describes a period characterized by widespread wars and natural disasters like famines, pestilences, and earthquakes. Also, intense persecution of believers, increased lawlessness. Then he foretold a period of great tribulation. After that, he prophesied his only post-ascension coming, or parousia, and the events associated with it, that they would occur immediately after that tribulation. Now, the point of all this is to say that he unequivocally declared all of these events would happen before that first century generation of his contemporaries passed away. That's in Matthew 24:34. So what were these last days truly about? They weren't referring to the end of time itself or the end of the Christian age as we often interpret it today. Instead, they marked the end of the Old Covenant order, the transition from the Old Testament law to the New Covenant established in Christ. Now, that's all for this video. Please post your questions and comments below. God bless.